भजत अखिल हृजयत्री मैत्रीं भजत अखिल हृजयत्री आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यत आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत त्यजत परेष्वक्रममाक्रमणम् त्यजत परेष्वक्रममाक्रमणम् मैत्रीं भजत अखिल हृजयत्री जननी पृथ्वी कामदुःखास्ते जननी पृथ्वी कामदुःखास्ते जनको देवः सकल दयाळो जनको देवः सकल दयाळो दाम्यत दत्त दयत्वं जदत दाम्यत दत्त दयत्वं जनत श्रेयो भूयात् सकल जनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकल जनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकल जनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकल जनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकल जनानां.
Thank you, Dr. Mini Verma. Thank you so much. And with that and that auspicious note, let us begin the proceedings of this very important management week. The inaugural session is about to commence. And one man who was instrumental in taking this to this level, several notches higher than whatever we expected, the management week celebrations, the chairman of this event, past President Rajmohan Nair. Befittingly, he is going to offer the welcome address. Over to you, Rajmohan. You got to unmute, Rajmohan. You're still muted. Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. President of Kerala Management Association, Shri Madhu Chandran. Chief guest of the evening, Shri Harshpati Singhania, the President of All India Management Association. Guest of honor, Ms. Rekha Sethi, the Director General of AIMA. Secretary, Shri Jomon George, past presidents, managing committee members, members of KMA, delegates, students, and invited guests, a very good evening to you all. Leaders is working with the goals and vision. Management is working with objectives. Yes, my dear leaders and managers, we have today gathered on this online platform to witness the inauguration of the week-long celebration of Management Week of Kerala Management Association. It's my proud privilege to be here as the chairman of the KMA Management Week celebration. As we all know, this is one of the flagship events of Kerala Management Association. Thank you, Madhav, President Madhav, for entrusting me to this assignment. 15 years ago, while inaugurating a function at our apex body, AIMA, then President of India, late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, suggested that a particular day should be celebrated as the Management Day for the country. Ever since, AIMA and its local management associations have been celebrating the Management Day on 21st of February across the country. At KMA, Kerala Management Association, we have extended the Management Day into a week-long celebration since 11 years. Though we are in a pandemic situation, we are able to conduct this week-long celebration with the celebrated speakers and content-rich program. From today onwards, for the next 1 week, you shall be witnessing a plethora of activities here in KMA through the online and the digital platform. In a short while, we will witness the inauguration of the Management Week. Friends, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, that's on 20th and 21st, Saturday and Sunday, we will witness the first ever KMA run. We are organizing a virtual solo run challenge to create awareness among management professionals and students about the advantage of staying healthy and increasing productivity at workplace. Considering the COVID protocol and the current restrictions, KMA Run is a virtual solo running event. Select the challenge that best fits your fitness and ability and get running. Commemorating the Management Week celebrations in February and in line with the KMA's annual theme of spearheading responsible management, the proceeds from the KMA Run will fund the KMA Scholarship Project to assist economically challenged students pursuing higher education. Friends, those who are not so comfortable in running may also walk and participate. This event is fully open for walking also. Now I seek your wholehearted support and in making the KMA Run or Walk a grand success. I take this opportunity to congratulate the chairman of the event, our own Joint Secretary, Mr. Algiers Khalid. Chairman, all the very best. On 23rd February, Tuesday at 3 p.m., we are having Management Students Convention with participation from prominent B school in the state. It will be one of the biggest gathering of young minds who are prospective managers of tomorrow. It will be an opportunity for the students community to listen to such brilliant minds and learn from their vast experiences. Our event chair, Mr. Anil Verma, is taking all efforts to conduct the event in a smooth manner. KMA has been organizing memorial lectures for the past 10 years. This year, along with the Management Week, we are organizing Dr. Professor M.V. Paili Memorial Lecture on Wednesday, the 24th of February. Thank you, Chair A.C.K. Nair, for arranging this lecture during the Management Week celebration. We will have our former IMA President, Mr. D. Shivakumar, the Group Executive President, Aditya Birla Group, who is going to deliver the keynote address. And the former Chairman of Federal Bank, Mr. K.P. Padmakumar, will do the remembrance speech about Mr. Paili. The valedictory function of the week-long celebration will be held on 25th of February, Thursday, with Sri Ajay Prasad, Managing Director, Taurus Investment Holding India, and Dr. Saji Gobinath, the new Vice Chancellor, Kerala University of Digital Science, Innovation and Technology, as the celebrated speakers. I seek everybody's support and cooperation for the successful conduct of the KMA Management Week celebration. Please log in large numbers and partake in the discussions. Now let me come to my assigned duty of welcoming the dignitaries of the inaugural function. All India Management Association is having a legacy in fostering management development across the country in association with the local management associations. Today, we have the head of All India Management Association, President Sri Harshpati Singhania, the Vice Chairman and the Managing Director of JK Papers Limited. Sir, on behalf of the President, Managing Committee members of KMA, and all of us present in the virtual platform, I extend a wholehearted welcome to this inaugural function. Friends, every management association is having a controller for the smooth and efficient functioning of the system. IMA, All India Management Association, being a massive organization with more than 65 local management associations, and we know It has to be in safe and able hands. We have today with us Ms. Rekha Sethi, the Director General, All India Management Association. Ma'am, a very warm welcome to you to KMA. Many thanks to Mr. Jibu Paul, immediate past president, and Mr. Sanjay Grover of IMA for their earnest efforts to bring the chief guest and the guest of honor. I take this opportunity to welcome President Madhav Chandran, all the past presidents, managing committee members, members of KMA, delegates, press and media. I am sure we will have a productive, interesting and participative week. Once again, welcome you all and thank you. Over to President.
Thank you so much, Past President Raj Mohan Nair, Chairman of Management Week Celebrations. Thank you so much for that nice welcome note. Well, respected chief guest of this year's KMA Management Celebrations inaugural session, our current president of IMA, Mr. Harshpati Singhania Sahab, our guest of honor and Director General of IMA, Madam Rekha Sethi, Management Week Celebrations Chair, Past President Raj Mohan Nair, immediate Past President Jibu Paul, Senior Vice President Nirmala Lilly, Honorary Secretary Jomon George, esteemed past presidents of KMA, managing committee members, members of KMA, other LMA members, students, members from the media, and other invited guests. It's a great occasion to me personally, addressing this 63-year-old prestigious organization, the Kerala Management Association, as its president, sharing the dais with you, sir, the president of our apex body, IMA. Founded in 1957 and being the founding member of the All India Management Association, IMA, KMA has seen some of the celebrated leaders and doyens of industry, businesses, and professions occupying this leadership position. And I'm truly humbled holding this KMA flag high and being in the company of the leaders who lead IMA. Friends, the whole world is going through a phase which it has never witnessed in the past few generations. The pandemic has derailed and disrupted every aspect of our lives, be it personal or professional. The whole economy, which is already under stress due to various reasons worldwide, found a catalyst for its downward spin in COVID. Our nation and our state too have taken the beating, though we have been putting up a brave front in many ways. Many industries and businesses, especially in the MSME segments, have vanished or are under threat of annihilation. India is poised to see over 40 million losing their jobs upfront. The whole economy and the equilibrium of the marketplace are in doldrums. These are situations where the relevance of organizations like IMA and KMA come to the fore. KMA has been there over these 6 decades, helping managers and management students in improvising their learnings and sharing the best of experiences from stalwarts who have made it big in the face of all reverses. KMA aimed at spearheading management education and later on continued propagating better practices of management. Today, I feel we are challenged in many ways than one to provide more impetus than ever in the field of management and leadership. India, in spite of all reverses, is poised to take on the world with its enviable demographic strengths. Being the youngest nation in the world, and that too with an average age of 29, which is by all means the most productive age of a human being, we are at the threshold of scripting a new era. Whether this unparalleled strength becomes a demographic dividend or a demographic disaster, only time can tell. This is exactly where organizations like IMA and KMA can take a lead role. Sir, let us look at these few aspects. We have enough and more management institutes all around, and there is a continuous flow of qualified professionals. Organizations too have managers employed at many levels. Management skills are tutored in institutes and learned on the job in organizations. But we are all well aware of the dearth of rightly skilled and employable managers who can take up higher roles. Need for diversity and inclusion has been a cliched outcry in all organizations. But how relevant are the practices undertaken to achieve that? Social responsibilities of organizations and individuals have been engraved into our minds by many leaders and enforced with statutory laws through CSR rules. But how well are we tuned as managers to follow it as a management culture. The values of the much acclaimed Indian ethos and virtues make us all proud. But how effective are we in inculcating those in our budding leaders and managers? So these four focus areas of helping create skilled and employable managers, importance of diversity and inclusion, attention to the needs of society around us, and respecting the core values of our nation guided us at KMA to form a theme for this year as spearheading responsible management. Spearheading a management culture responsible to our next generation or the youth, responsible to molding more women leaders, responsible to our society, and responsible to be proponents of our heritage and value systems. This is what KMA is emphasizing on its activities during the coming year or other current year, spearheading a management movement of responsible management. We are indeed so fortunate to have many of the torchbearers of Kerala's businesses and professions in our leadership team at KMA this year. We have Mr. Dinesh Thambi, you met, the Kerala head of TCS, heading a self-sustaining KMA scholarship scheme to assist needy students in their higher education. We have Ms. Shalini Warrior, the Executive Director and Chief Operating Officer of Federal Bank, presenting a series of activities to nurture women leaders through the Women Forum of KMA. We have our corporate mentor, Mr. S.R. Nair, and Mr. George Alexander Muthoot, Managing Director of Muthoot Finance, leading an important 3R committee. 3R is standing for Reboot, Revive, and Rehabilitate, focusing on the aftermath of the unprecedented floods and the pandemic that have ravaged our state, its businesses and professions, as well as its diaspora who have returned to an indefinite future from now on. CSR, an avenue that KMA intends to look at seriously, with more events being lined up to align corporates and businesses to learn more and understand the need to exercise our social responsibilities more effectively. We have a committee led by Mr. Srikumar of BPCL Refineries and Mr. Adeep Ahmad, Managing Director of Lulu Financial Group, in our managing committee. We have Mr. Prasad Panikar, you met him now, our former BPCL leader and the current director and head of refineries of Nayara Energies Limited of Gujarat, and Mr. Madhu S. Nair, CEO of Cochin Shipyard Limited, heading the KMA CEO Forum to tap into the treasure trove of experience stories of successful CEOs through frequent CEO summits, a new technology management forum, and a new management research forum being headed by Dr. Saji Govidad, whom we refer to, the new Vice Chancellor of the brand new Kerala Digital University, and co-chaired by Mr. S.R. Nair and Mr. Dinesh Thambi. These are only a few of the newer initiatives and committees which have been tuned to deliver the results of the annual theme coined by a team, KMA's Spearheading Responsible Management. Since we started our activities this year in November, we have maintained a very steady momentum and continuously tried to engage our members in a slew of programs week after week. We had our inaugural event with none other than the top executive of our state, the Chief Secretary of Kerala, coming in to set the tone. And we also had the Chairman of LIC, Mr. M.R. Kumar, addressing us on the same day. Thereafter, we have had 8 leader talk sessions till now. After our immediate past president, Jibu Paul, took a leave out of IMA's leader speak sessions, we also coined the leader talk sessions and did 23 sessions during the last lockdown time and 8 of them this year. We also had the KMA Women Managers Forum organizing 3 events till now. Another feature of this year has been the StartCon sessions, an exclusively conceived panel discussion by our program committee chair, past president S.R. Nair, showcasing successful startup entrepreneurs to the KMA fold. We have had 3 such sessions till now featuring some of the smart brains of Kerala who have broken into the big league. We have also seen the new revamped and recreated KMA News magazine released by our editorial team headed by Mr. A. Balakrishnan, the Executive Director of Geojit Finance Limited. 3 issues have come out so far. In addition to all this, there were 3 panel discussions the past 3 months with our own in-house experts and some of the industry stalwarts on topics of contemporary relevance. We also revamped the website of KMA and put together a new mobile app for KMA members. We will see the launch. I may request the chief guest later to do the honors of launching the new mobile app, KMA Connect. Let me also take this opportunity to inform all of you of very pleasant news, announcing that we received today the information that Kerala Management Association has been formally recommended for the award of the globally recognized ISO certificate for quality management system as per ISO 9001-2015. A great moment for KMA. And I thank the entire secretariat team led by Lieutenant Jojo Jacob and Prajit Nair for the systematic work in achieving this coveted certification. Now, today we are witnessing yet another meaningful series of events getting unfolded through the Management Week Celebrations 2021. It was, as Rajmohan Nair rightly said, former President of India, Dr. Kalam, who advised IMA to observe 21st February as a Management Day. KMA took one step forward by celebrating the entire week as Management Week in February every year for the past 10 years. With the pandemic holding fort and online meetings being the only possibility, the chair and past president, Mr. Rajmohan Nair, went all guns blazing to put together a very power-packed week of activities where we'll see over 20 accomplished speakers across the next 7 days, as explained by him earlier, all events and sessions focusing on the annual theme of KMA, spearheading responsible management. The major highlights of the celebrations are this inaugural session with none other than the IMA president himself and the Director General coming in to address us. The first ever virtual solo run, the KMA run tomorrow and day after, highlighting the importance of being responsible to oneself and his healthy habits. The annual Management Students Convention and the Professor M.V. Piley Memorial Lecture. So friends, it's going to be an intellectual feast for all of us in bettering our management skills and acumen, listening to all these speakers and being part of the celebrations. While we embark on this journey, we have none other than IMA President Mr. Harshpadi Singhania present here to inaugurate this year's Management Week celebrations. We're indeed so thankful to him for accepting our request and present here today. I'm sure, sir, you will guide us more on our way forward in your address after declaring this event open. Thank you, sir, for being here, and thank you all for being here today. And let us now move on to the inauguration of the Management Week celebrations. But before that, may I request our Senior Vice President, Ms. Nirmala Lilly, to formally introduce our chief guest of the day, Mr. Harshpadi Singhania. Thank you so much. Over to
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, President. It is indeed my privilege and honor to introduce one of the most illustrious personalities of our country, Mr. Harshpadi Singhania, Vice Chairman and Managing Director, JK Paper Limited, and Director, JK Organization, an MBA holder from University of Massachusetts and an alumni of the world-renowned Harvard Business School, USA. Our chief guest belongs to one of the India's largest industrial empires, JK Organization. This group's businesses, including paper and boards, cement, automobile tires, engineering products, dairy and food products, defense, aerospace, security, textiles, operations in clinical research, healthcare, education, etc., etc., with a turnover of around $4.5 billion. Mr. Singhania is responsible for the paper, dairy, and defense businesses. Mr. Singhania is currently a member of Executive Board of International Chamber of Commerce, Paris, which is the apex body for all chambers of commerce globally. He is also currently the president of All India Management Association, IMA. We are delighted to say that he is our big boss. He has served on various industrial bodies as president: Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, FICCI, Chamber of Commerce, India, Indian Paper Manufacturers Association, Young Presidents Organization, Delhi, and as a member of Board of Indo-Chamber Partnership, Indo-French CEOs Forum, UK-India Business Leaders Climate Group, Government Industry Task Force, Asian India Business Council, Board of Governors of International Management Institute, Board of Management, and very many such bodies. List goes on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, we KMA proudly presenting you the one and only business magnate, charismatic leader, and a personification of management accomplishments, Mr. Harshpadi Singhania. Back to you, President.
Thank you so much, Senior Vice President Nirmala Lilly. That was a very brief but good profile explanation by you of our illustrious leader who is present here, the IMA President, Mr. Harshpadi Singhania. Over to you, sir. All yours.
Thank you very much, and for the kind words and the introduction. It is very kind of you. Shri R. Madhav Chandran, the president of the Kerala Management Association, Ms. Nirmala Lily, senior vice president of KMA, Ms. Rekha Sethi, director general IMA, Mr. Jomon K. George, the honorary secretary of the KMA, ladies and gentlemen, all the past presidents of KMA and gathered dignitaries. It is a pleasure to be with all of you, and many congratulations to the Kerala Management Association on celebrating the National Management Week. I am delighted to inaugurate this very special week and wish to congratulate your association on this great initiative. I am pleased that given the current scenario, KMA is dedicating this Management Week to discuss issues around responsible management. The COVID crisis and the economic devastation had disrupted lives and livelihoods, and the situation demands organizational resilience and social sensitivity. KMA has been one of the best performing affiliates of IMA, and I appreciate the vision and dynamism of KMA's leadership. This is amply evident from the variety of programs that you have just described, which were held while the pandemic was on, as well as the very exciting and innovative programs that you're planning to hold in this coming week. KMA has won many Best LMA awards, and it has been an excellent partner in organizing regional management conclave in this region. In fact, Kerala has the highest number of LMAs for any state, even though geographically Kerala is a relatively smaller state. And nearly every economic hub in the state has its own management association, which is great for building management capacity in the state. Together, 10 LMAs from Kerala have won nearly 30 IMA Best LMA awards in different categories. Congratulations. KMA has done an outstanding job also as a mentor of the LMAs in the state and has orchestrated collaboration among them. IMA and KMA have worked closely together to create awareness about emerging trends in business and management. But now we need to increase our efforts given the great challenges posed by COVID and the economic crisis. We have to help Indian enterprises recover from the COVID shock and become stronger with agile and forward-looking thinking and practices. Responsible management has been a focus of management thinking for a few years. But since the pandemic, it has acquired a much greater urgency. During this time, companies have been judged not only by their earnings, but also by their spending on caring for customers, workers, vendors, and the society at large. Companies have also been scrutinized for their ethics in response to the constraints and opportunities created by the crisis. It may not be a one-off situational sentimentalism on the part of all stakeholders. Boards and CEOs will probably have to factor in responsibility reporting as a fixed demand on them in the future. During COVID, many companies showed that they cared and earned the gratitude of the society and government, whereas some lost an opportunity to do the right things. The spectacle of reverse migration of informal and hourly wage workers who lost their incomes and housing because of the lockdown will haunt the country for a long time. This may perhaps lead to a rethink on the pattern of employment in the country. In fact, this highlighted the potential issues of the gig economy, which seems to be the preferred future of work and employment. Governments around the world are trying to make companies responsible for those who work for them, even as contractors. India's finance minister has also announced a social security scheme for the gig workers in the recent budget. Still, the bulk of companies behave responsibly. Many did not lay off regular employees despite the diminished revenues and tried to accommodate everyone by cutting salaries and deferring increments. Many organizations offered additional healthcare insurance to their employees and provided assistance if their employees or their family members got infected and needed treatment. When the supply chains of the essential personal protection equipment broke down because of the lockdown in China, many Indian companies repurposed their factories and materials to provide masks, gloves, protective suits, sanitizers, shields, and even ventilators. Overall, Indian business acted in a responsible manner. Managing with a human touch, with empathy, has been one of the learnings of the COVID crisis. The companies which committed and engaged employees enjoyed a great competitive advantage during the crisis, as everybody struggled to continue working and generate revenue. Many companies have enjoyed greater employee commitment and loyalty while working remotely by showing trust in employees and monitoring only the outcomes. But some others have insisted on digital surveillance while they work from home or even in the office. Though people may get used to being constantly tracked given the inescapable digital and camera surveillance nowadays, responsible companies are expected to respect employees and customers' rights to privacy. The disruption of supply chains and work during the pandemic are making companies adopt more digitalization and automation. But technology has to be made ethical, transparent, and accountable. In this age of social media and cancel culture, companies cannot afford a reputation crisis caused by a flawed and unaccountable technology. Also, it is inevitable that as a result of digitization and automation, a large number of conventional roles and jobs will be replaced with new ones. The social responsibility of companies requires them to help the existing workforce make the transition to the new kind of work and employment. Digital inclusion and sustainability are also important areas. The only way the transition to a digital world without major risk of disruption is by extending digital access and know-how to all sections of the population and to all regions. The energy consumption and digital pollution is also becoming a big concern as digitization proliferates. Digital devices are becoming a threat to the environment, and a backlash of the kind faced by plastics may be inevitable. As we get more digitized, society will demand stricter regulation from the hardware industry and from consumer behavior. It is better for companies to work out ethical, responsible, and sustainable ways to digitize from the start. Environment, social, and governance, ESG, issues are now becoming a global trend in corporate governance. Western institutional investors have become extremely sensitive to environmental, political, and regulatory risks. To protect their long-term investments, they are trying to impress on the corporate boards to focus on public opinion. They are making the boards ask and answer the questions about the challenges and opportunities created by the social and environmental issues. Responsible management is making a difference in the valuation and funding of companies. The company's reputation has become central to what kind of investors, business partners, and talent it can get. Activist investors are scrutinizing companies, not just for the returns and growth delivered by the management, but also the HR practices, executive compensation, responsiveness to shareholders, environmental impact, and cultural compliance. Even the small and individual shareholders are beginning to use social media to force managements and boards to do certain things. In fact, business is becoming highly democratized with constant need to assure everyone of responsible management. Management is often linked to measurement, and it is a fundamental dogma of management that you can manage only what you can measure. There is a growing pressure on companies to not just announce environmental and social programs, but also measure and report their scores on responsible management criteria. Research agencies and media are only too eager to rank companies and reduce reputation to a digit. In a world run by clickbaits, companies have to be extremely conscious of not only doing the right thing, but also communicating it correctly at all times. During COVID, stock prices have shot up, even as the real economy has been crushed. Ordinary people have noticed the contrast between their situation and the flooding of cash into the stock markets, thereby exacerbating the dissonance between wages and financial assets. Today, there is little that can remain private and be away from the public scrutiny, thanks to the interconnected digital nature of the world we are living in. Therefore, businesses have to be particularly careful in not only doing the right thing, but also being seen to be doing the right thing. The sensitivities that have been sharpened by the crisis, as has been mentioned by my past speakers, and the responsible decisions and actions must have the highest priority for business leadership today. The future of companies depends on what kind of reputation they can earn. Thank you very much for your patience, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, sir, for inaugurating our Management Week events as well as giving this very insightful address. And definitely we appreciate the way in which you went at length explaining about the responsible management part, which is our annual theme as well. Thank you so much for that. And may I request you to formally announce the launch of our new KMA mobile application, mobile app called KMA Connect. Prajit, can you just stand by for that? You can announce and he will show the screens of that.
I am pleased to announce the launch of your KMA Connect mobile app, and my congratulations to all of you on this great initiative. Indeed, very innovative.
Yeah, this will be our one-stop place for all KMA members to deal with KMA, transact with KMA, including all notifications will go in there. It will have all the videos which are going to be uploaded there, and all the communication, including the chats as well as telephone calls, can be done on the directory on the go from this app. That is how it has been designed, and it is available on both Android as well as on the iPhone. So that is KMA Connect mobile app of KMA members. Thank you so much, sir. And it was really, really nice of you to have come and addressed us and inaugurated this eventful Management Week celebrations. Now we move on to our guest of honor. Of course, the energetic and very, very youthful, always youthful Madam Rekha Sethi. And we have our immediate past president who has been in touch with her over the years. And he was the one who was actually after her, to get this event organized this day, with both the leaders coming in today on time and with us. And who else other than Mr. Jibu Paul, immediate past president, to formally introduce Madam Rekha Sethi. Over to you, Jibu.
Thank you, President Madhav. Chairman of the meeting and President of KMA, Mr. R. Madhav Chandran. Chief guest of the evening, Mr. Harshpadi Singhania, President of IMA. Guest of honor and IMA Director General, Ms. Rekha Sethi. Management Week Celebrations Chairman, Mr. Raj Mohan Nair. Honorary Secretary, Mr. Joman. Senior Vice President, Ms. Nirmala. Respected past presidents, managing committee members, KMA members, presidents and secretaries of local management associations, members from IMA, students, invited guests, members from the press and media, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm good evening. I'm extremely happy to see that KMA is continuously organizing excellent programs and workshops in this year also. And our president, Mr. Madhav, and team is working hard to keep the KMA flag flying high. Congratulations, President Mr. Madhav. Well, we have two very special guests today, beloved IMA President and IMA Director General, for inaugurating our Management Week celebrations. I'm privileged to introduce the woman behind IMA, and I would like to remember the helping hand she extended to KMA last year during my tenure as the president of this prestigious institution, KMA, to invite corporate India's most respected businessmen, Mr. Sunil Kant Munjal of Hero Group and Mr. Sanjay Kirloskar of Kirloskar Brothers for our annual convention and CEO conclave. My heartfelt gratitude to you, ma'am, once again. Well, a seasoned and accomplished professional, Ms. Rekha Sethi has had a distinguished career of over 3 decades and is currently heading the All India Management Association as its Director General. With her stellar leadership, she has transformed IMA into a new age industry body and heightened the association's reach, portfolio, and presence, not just in India, but overseas as well. A visionary leader, she accelerated IMA's journey of digital transformation during the COVID crisis. She ensured business continuity at IMA with the early and efficient adoption of digital technology and remote solutions. As a result of this relentless pursuit for excellence, over the years, she has built on IMA's inherent strengths. And today, the organization offers contemporary management programs and services not just to management students and young professionals, but to the senior industry experts and leaders as well. A versatile and multifaceted professional, she is on the boards of leading Indian companies, including Sun Pharmaceutical Industries, Spencer's Retail Limited, and Hero Steels Limited. She also represents IMA on the board and councils of several prominent national bodies and institutes. An alumnus of St. Stephen's College, Delhi, Ms. Sethi has also spent 17 years with the Confederation of Indian Industry, where she led the initiative to create high-profile international events to promote India's economic interests. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the Iron Lady of IMA, Ms. Rekha Sethi, the Director General of All India Management Association, for you. Welcome to KMA, ma'am. All yours.
Thank you, Jibu. Although I'm not sure I agree with the Iron Lady part of it, but thank you for a very kind introduction. Mr. Harshpati Singhania, President IMA, Mr. R. Madhav Chandran, President KMA, Mr. Rajmohan Nair, Chairman of Management Week celebrations, Ms. Nirmala Lilly, Senior Vice President KMA, Mr. Joman George, Honorary Secretary, and of course, my friend, Mr. Jibu Paul, immediate past President of KMA, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to join you today, even if virtually, though I would have much rather been in your lovely state and spend some time there, which I have been saying for the last many years, but somehow have not been able to do. But many congratulations on holding the Management Week online. This shows the agility and adaptability of KMA, and the association has set an example of resilience for other LMAs. My compliments to the leadership of KMA on achieving transformation for continuity. KMA has been one of the most active LMAs, and it has been an important regional partner of IMA. KMA is the fulcrum of the movement to build management capability and capacity in Kerala, and the association's initiative and diligence has won it the IMA Best LMA Award many times. KMA's support and guidance to other smaller LMAs in Kerala is extremely important in extending the national management movement to every part of the state. And this is something which IMA has really appreciated through the years, the way you have nurtured the smaller and developed the smaller LMAs of Kulon, Palghat, and Alapi management associations. IMA also appreciates the contribution of KMA in promoting the Young Leaders Council of IMA in Kerala. Ladies and gentlemen, transformation for continuity has been the central issue for Indian management for almost a year, and it will continue to dominate management bandwidth for the next couple of years. The combination of COVID and economic shocks have left us no choice but to change the way we work, live, and do business. Transformation of business models, use of technology, and of the way we structure our organizations and work have now become critical for survival. However, a crisis is also a great opportunity to do things that are extremely difficult to do during normal times. The threat to survival focuses the mind and creates an urgency to change things. A crisis drives efficiency and innovation. IMA has been talking about the impending technological driven future for a few years now. And because of COVID and lockdowns, that future has arrived immediately. The adoption of digital technologies has never been faster than in 2020, and this trend will only intensify during 2021 as organizations will formalize emergency measures and adopt tech-enabled routines. IMA itself is a case study in such transformation for continuity. It has become a completely digital organization in order to continue its operations and fulfill its obligations to its stakeholders. Within a month of the lockdown, IMA digitized its education, testing, management development, and conference activities. Some examples of IMA's transformation include the new platform that now Kerala is also adopted, and I'm very happy to hear that, which we call Leaders Speak. It is a platform for interacting with national and global leaders and has proved extremely popular, and so far over 40 sessions of the program have been held. The Leaders Speak program involves dialogue with ministers, CEOs, scientists, economists, military generals, technology innovators, healthcare experts, and more. And each program gets more than 1,000 attendees on video conference and the social media platforms. Leaders Speak has become a vital means of IMA's engagement with Indian and global leaders, and also our LMAs and the rest of the management fraternity. IMA has also created an online platform for management development called Business Unusual Series. This day-long program enables middle to senior level executives interact with experts and get advice on key management issues. IMA has taken its education and testing activities online, including pioneering the remote proctored admission and recruitment tests and interviews. Within 5 weeks of the lockdown, IMA had rolled out the management aptitude test proctored by artificial intelligence and live proctors, which can now be taken by students from the safety of their homes. IMA has also launched its platform for online interviews, and we intend to continue with these initiatives even after life comes back to normal. Maybe this transformation would have happened anyway, but not so soon or so fast. This transformation has allowed IMA not just remain available to its members through the pandemic, but it has also enabled IMA to maintain its revenues and grow its activities. We probably would have taken at least 5 years to achieve what we did in a few months of lockdown and work from home. In fact, IMA has done much more during the COVID than we have done in the normal course, because now digital meetings have become the norm, and I find myself in front of my laptop literally all the time. The key to navigating a crisis is to be agile and continuously reinvent oneself to catch the opportunities and avoid hazards. That is the essence of transformation. Transformation is not just about chasing the latest technologies and fashionable management trends. It is about rebuilding organization capacity to achieve its goals and about changing strategy in accordance with the new reality. Business continuity is going to be a persistent challenge in the future, as disruption could come from many diverse sources: new viruses, technology shifts, political and economic upheavals, climate change related disasters, or even sources that we today really cannot identify or imagine. The biggest lesson of the COVID crisis has been that one has to be equipped for many different scenarios. I'm pleased to see that KMA has been agile and it has overcome the challenges of the COVID year by transforming its capabilities and continuing its activities. I compliment the leadership of KMA on its outstanding response to the situation, and I'm confident that KMA will continue evolving to lead the local business leaders in adapting to the emerging changes. I congratulate KMA once again on celebrating the Management Day and the Management Week, and I assure the Association of IMA's continuous support in the future also. With these words, thanks a lot for inviting me to address you all today, and I hope to meet you in person very soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Madam Rekha Sethi, for that very, very nice talk about appreciating the activities of KMA, giving directions on how to go forward, what all things IMA is doing, and where all we can actually emulate you, like the way we did the leader talk sessions, like the leader speak sessions being emulated. Lot more things we can learn from you, and thank you so much for giving that guidance on the transformation and business remodeling part also. Very, very nice of you to have spoken. And we are coming to the end of this very, very crisp and brief inaugural session. Before we wind up, let me ask our Honorary Secretary, Mr. Jomon George, to propose the formal vote of thanks. Over to you, Jomon.
Good evening to all of you. Respected President of KMA, R. Madhav Chandran, the very, very special guest of this evening, President IMA Harshpati Singhania sir, guest of honor, Madam Rega Sethi, other managing committee members, past presidents, very specifically Rajmohan Nair, who is the chair for the Management Week celebrations, who delivered a very, very focused and inviting welcome speech. Other members, KMA members who are glued with us on this virtual platform, LMA representatives, and those who are watching us on YouTube, large number of them. Good evening to all of you once again. Extremely happy and proud that our Management Week celebrations have started off on a very, very optimistic and encouraging note. It was mainly because and truly because the glittering presence of the IMA President, Harshpati Singhania sir, and of course the IMA Executive Director, General, Rega Sethi, and this large number of KMA activists, I can say. KMA, as we have seen, sirs have been rendering yeoman service in the management movement in the state of Kerala for the last 63 years. And in the adversities, a time of adversities, turbulence, we never took a backseat. We have been steering forward, engaging the members very effectively through online programs, and we kept the members engaged. We contacted or interacted with the management students, and we kept them informed and inspired. The large number of programs which the president very passionately reiterated is proof that we have been very actively moving in the difficult times, living up to the cliche saying that when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. And today's evening was so special, and with the glittering presence of our IMA President, Harshpati Singhania sir, let me move on to express my deep sense of gratitude to him. Sir, your address, though so short, so all-pervasive, captured everything on what the present situation is, and more importantly, how we should conduct into the future individually in our own businesses. Your delivery, a short delivery, was the testimony of your global exposure, your administrative experience in various management organizations, and more importantly, your vision. It's a blessing to have long-term vision, and to be coupled with the resources, the right people around is another big blessing. Therefore, no wonder that your organizations are adding a lot of value to whoever is all stakeholders, and wish you great going. And as a president of IMA, seeking your continued support for all our activities as you have done today. Very special thank you for also staying till the very end. Understand your schedules, they're so compelling, so hectic, but thank you so much on behalf of all of us here. And Madam Rega Sethi, I distinctly recall interacting with you in one of our visits for the IMA meeting in Delhi, and the positivity that you radiate and the energy you bring about in the whole process, transforming KMA, IMA in a very different way, not in the short term, ensuring sustainable existence and growth of the organizations is really, really laudable. And we also look forward to, quite like you said, look forward to receiving you in Kerala, God's own country. And once the pandemic subsides, all of you, and Honorable President also, sir, I think you would find time probably by the time we plan our management convention later towards the close of this calendar year. We would really like to have your presence. So, Madam, thank you so much for that short, crisp, and focused speech, which changed our perspective in conducting ourselves as a management organization. Thank you once again on behalf of all of us. Before I move on to thanking the other dignitaries and the president, may I request Prajit to display a very, very specially, to borrow a term from the president, specially curated memento, which is there for you on screen now, which will surely be delivered to you in a short time from now. Prajit? So this is proof that you have been in here for the Management Week celebrations. Like one of our guests formerly said, if it is physical meeting, it is proof that you actually came to Cochin. You could show it to your wife. Prajit, ma'am's
Thank you indeed. Thank you very much. And it shows that you are resilient and agile and operating in real time.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Lovely
Resilience,
idea.
resilience is a key word these days. Thank you so much. And memento for ma'am?
No, both were shown. Both were shown, Jamal.
Oh, they've been shown. Okay, okay. So big thank you, President. Congrats to you for putting all the elements together and making this inaugural session so wonderful. And big compliments and thank you to past President Rajmohan Nair, all past presidents, Jibu for all the support, and particularly Madam addressed you as my dear friend. And so bringing Madam on board, though virtually, for this meeting, to all the members who are present here this evening, and looking forward to your continued participation tomorrow and day after we have the run. I don't want to list out the entire week celebration. It's on the website. It has been mailed across to you. So stay glued to many more such wonderful programs, which will surely, help corporates and people around us who are reeling under various pressures to serve the challenges, waves of challenges which are coming up our way. And on a positive note, let us conclude. I wish you all the very best. Stay safe, stay focused. More importantly, stay determined into the future. God bless everyone. Thank you so much. And a special thank you to the Secretariat as well. And sorry, I have started with that Mini Varma for that melodious prayer song invoking the blessings of Almighty, which is most important in these times of adversity and difficulty. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Secretary. And I reiterate the invitation which he has extended to you, sir and ma'am. That visit to Cochin and Kerala is kept pending. So we will keep it pending for the convention anyway. It's at least 6-7 months down the line. Hope that everything will settle down and the dust around the pandemic also will settle. So we will have you here a couple of days to spend in Kerala. Please be on us, and that is kept pending. And thank you so much once again for this nice and crisp inaugural session as promised, ending at 7 o'clock. And really nice of you to have been here and shared your thoughts. And
President, 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
President, 1 second. If it is possible, our IMA President and IMA DG can run or walk there tomorrow or day after tomorrow.
wherever they are, they can.
Wherever you are.
Yes.
Thank you.
Send us the details.
Yeah, we will send it now itself.
Thank you. So
Tomorrow we
yes.
have our finance minister joining us for the IMA Foundation Day function. So she is going to not just walk, but hopefully walk the talk for what she has talked about. So,
Great.
And I hope many of you will join us for the function.
Yeah, we will do that.
Definitely.
We have already got the communication. We'll be joining you there. Thank you so much once again, all of you delegates. Thank you so much for being there as a very good listening audience. And I hope we will all see each other for the next 5-6 days together with the 5 events which are lined up. Let's hope that all the events are going to be as meaningful and useful as the one which we just witnessed. Thank you so much once again. Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am. And this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Singhania sir. Thank you, Rekha ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Now it's time for networking. Those who would like to stay on can chit chat with us. And
Jibu,
Yes.
Jibu, അതൊന്ന് അയച്ചു കൊടുത്തരാ അവർക്ക്.
Yeah. I'll send that.
രണ്ടുപേർക്ക് ഇപ്പൊ തന്നെ അയച്ചു കൊടുത്തരാ.
oh, Bibu was there. I didn't see him actually.
Great start, President and
Yes,
Chairman.
Joint Secretary Algiers.
Hi, Chairman. Tomorrow's Chairman Algiers is there.
Yeah, make it.
Tomorrow's, everyone, please ensure that people are running. Okay, Jovan has started to run from where is it, Marine Drive or the KMA Avenue? Jovan.
Today's chairman.
We'll start from the KMA. We'll start from
Excellent show
KMA,
today.
move on to the walkway, and then do 5 kilometers. The young students will run 5 kilometers. I will probably run 2.5 and walk 2.5.
What time you are starting?
We are starting at 7:15 from KMA. President has given us a flag, and presidents can come for a flag off.
President has represented President himself with a flag there, so you can.
President has flagged the event.
Anil Verma, thank you so much for Dr. Mini's rendering. It was really nice. Even though it was in the online thing and all, things can drag, but then she managed it quite well. Nice.
Thank you. Thank you. I will convey that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Ajay from Calicut.
Hi, Ajan. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us.
Great show. Good beginning.
Thank you.
Jibu. All of you, nice.
Close friend of Madam. No, so he's there with us, so no problem.
Wow.
Ajay sir,
Jibu
good
is the
evening.
star. Today's star is Jibu. IPP.
Good evening, Ajay sir.
Great show. Continue.
Thank you.
All the best for tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I request all the LMIs to participate in the Tuesday's program.
Yes.
So tomorrow run also, you can walk or run, sir. Ajay sir.
Yeah, I can run. Why no? Why
are you putting him down by saying walk or run?
President, please, I have another.
Sure, please.
Yeah, you can.
Great.
Thank you.
Bye, President. Bye.
Thank you. Bibu, you are keeping quiet. I didn't see you also. Bibu is there.
Bibu was there.
Yeah, I didn't see him. Now only
He's there.
Now only
Please,
screen.
unmute, Bibu, unmute.
ഇപ്പോഴാണ് പുള്ളിയുടെ സ്ക്രീൻ മുകളിലോട്ട് പൊങ്ങി വന്നത്, പുറയിലായിരുന്നു ഒരു സ്ക്രീൻ.
ജിബു വലിയ ഫിലിം എന്നാ ഫിലിം വല്ലതുണ്ടോ അടുത്തത്?
ഉണ്ടല്ലോ.
ഫിലിമിലാണല്ലോ, കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ഒരു ഫിലിമാണ്.
കംപ്ലീറ്റ് തേച്ച് പിടിപ്പിച്ചിരിക്കുക.
മോഹൻകുമാർ ഫാൻസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് പുതിയ സിനിമ റിലീസ് ആവാൻ പോകുന്നുണ്ട്.
ജിബു കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ഷോയിലാണല്ലേ?
കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ഷോ
നല്ല അട്ടിക്ക് പുട്ടിയിട്ടിരിക്കുക.
ഞാനൊരു പുട്ടി ഇട്ടിട്ടില്ല.
കോഴിക്കോട് ഫാൻ ക്ലബ്ബ് തുടങ്ങണോ?
വേണ്ടി വരും.
നിങ്ങൾ എനിക്ക് ലിങ്ക് അയച്ചിട്ടില്ലല്ലോ.
കിട്ടിയില്ലേ?
എവിടെ നിങ്ങൾ ലിങ്ക് അയക്കാൻ അയച്ചില്ല? ഞാൻ
അയച്ചുതരാം.
ആ സൈറ്റിലൊക്കെ കയറി നോക്കിയിട്ട് അതെനിക്ക് പറ്റില്ല.
Okay, thank you. I'm leaving. Okay, right, Jibu.
Bye. See you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Admiral. Hi.
Thank you, sir.
See you on Tuesday. Yeah. If you're able to run, you can collect the T-shirt tomorrow and run on Sunday.
Okay.
Saturday, Sunday, anytime you can run. The T-shirts will be available at KMA tomorrow morning.
എത്ര മണിക്കെത്തും?
രാവിലെ എത്തും.
അതിട്ടിട്ട് ഞായറാഴ്ച നമുക്ക് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യാം.
Yeah, ഞായറാഴ്ച we'll have a celebrity run at RSC by 6:30. That's what I wanted to tell you. I was going to inform on the messaging. We have IB Eden joining us. We have Kochasam Chitlapalli joining us. We have Architect Govumar joining from different groups. So we will actually do a symbolic start from there at RSC, and then wherever you want to go, you can go, walk or run or whatever. It's a virtual.
വീട്ടിൽ പോണെങ്കിലും പോവാ.
എവിടെ വേണേ പോയിക്കോ.
സർട്ടിഫിക്കറ്റ് വേണമെങ്കിൽ പ്രൂഫ് വേണം.
അതിന്റെ മറ്റേ അവർക്കുള്ള ആ ഇത് ഡൗൺലോഡ് ചെയ്ത് കിട്ടുന്നില്ലല്ലോ. അവര് മെയിൽ അയക്കാന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട്.
ഞാൻ ഓടിന്നുള്ള പ്രൂഫ് ഇപ്പൊ ആരാ പറഞ്ഞത്? അൽജേസ് വരും.
ജോജോ
വന്നിട്ടില്ല, മെയിൽ വന്നിട്ടില്ല. എപ്പോഴും
അയച്ചു. എല്ലാവർക്കും മെയിൽ പോയ, രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്ത എല്ലാവർക്കും മെയിൽ വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്.
ഇല്ല,
മെയിൽ കിട്ടിയിട്ടില്ല കേട്ടോ.
ഏത് മെയിൽ KMA123@gmail.com എന്ന് പോയിട്ടുണ്ട്.
വന്നിട്ടില്ല.
ഇല്ല, മെയിൽ
വന്നു 5:11 വന്നു.
വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. കേരള മാനുഫാക്ചറേഷൻ വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. റൂൾസ് ഫോർ ദ റൺ വാക്ക്
വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്.
അതിന്റെ അടിയിൽ ഒരു ലിങ്ക് ഉണ്ട്. അതിനകത്ത് പ്രൂഫ് ഇത് ചെയ്യണം,
അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്യണം.
റൂൾസ് വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്.
റൂൾസ് ഒക്കെ വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്.
Okay, President, thank you.
Good, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. See you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Run എവിടെയാ സാർ? എവിടെ റൺ ചെയ്യുന്നത്?
ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ തന്നെ, നമ്മളെ വീട്ടിൽ ചുറ്റാകെ ഓടും.
വീടിനകത്ത് നടന്ന് ഓടാനുള്ള പരിപാടിയാണ്.
അല്ലേ, ഞാൻ എല്ലാ ദിവസവും 4 കിലോമീറ്റർ നടക്കുന്നതാ. ഞാൻ 1 കിലോമീറ്റർ നടന്നാ പോരെ പഞ്ചായത്ത്.
അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്തേക്കും. സൺഡേ ആണെങ്കിൽ ടീഷർട്ട് ഞാൻ എത്തിച്ചാൽ ടീഷർട്ട് എടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അത് ഇട്ടോണ്ട് ഫോട്ടോ ഒക്കെ എടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്കത് പബ്ലിഷ് ചെയ്യാം.
ഓക്കെ. എങ്ങനെ കളക്ട് ചെയ്യാനത്?
നാളെ ഓഫീസിൽ KMA ഉണ്ടോ?
അല്ലല്ല മാധവ്, ഒരു സെക്കൻഡ്. അണ്ണനിഞ്ഞ് പോരട്ടെ.
സൺഡേ വാ. സൺഡേ രാവിലെ
6 മണിക്ക് വണ്ടി എടുത്ത് പോരെ.
RSC. RSC,
ആ
രാവിലെ.
രാജീവ് ഗാന്ധി നിങ്ങൾ ഇതിലേ വാ, എന്നെ കയറ്റിക്കൊണ്ട് പോയാൽ മതി ചായ കുടിച്ചാൽ.
എനിക്ക് രാവിലെ പണിയൊരാളെ പരിപാടി.
വിദ്യയാക്കി എല്ലാം വഴിയാക്കി മാറ്റാന്നുള്ളതാണ്. Good.
ഞാൻ നല്ലൊരു വഴി പറഞ്ഞു കൊടുത്തതാ.
We'll catch up on Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
See you. Bye.
Bye. You can close, Rajesh. Bye-bye. Good night.
ചെയർമാൻ ഉഷാറാവണേ.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
പ്രസിഡന്റ് എന്നെ കണ്ടോ? ഞാൻ